is meet for the very first time, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, I'm Lindy.
I'm Miguel.
Miguel, nice to meet you. Deep breath. We got this.
Yeah, for sure.
We got this.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa right there.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing?
Hopefully we are all doing better than you were doing just hours ago.
Yes, I hope so, too.
Apologies for the delay. But
yes.
Teresa, well, here's the deal. With Thanksgiving coming up, we said, let's go get waxed. Let's go get vaxxed. Let's get ready to party. And our friend over here.
Our friend, your wife,
my
you
wife
hope.
we're best friends first. Lovers second.
Really?
Husband and wife third.
What?
I think we're best friends first.
What?
I think best friends is better than.
I think it's all on the same line. It's best friends / lovers / married couple. That's what we say when we introduced ourselves.
Hi, I'm John. This is Teresa, my best friend / lover / wife. Yes. Okay, so
it's all on the same line. Jesus Christ.
all of her, everything she is, did not handle it like a champ, like I did.
That's true.
Like your best friend, lover, and husband.
And husband.
/ husband. Some reason I was fine. I was okay.
Yeah. And it happened to me before when I got the vaccine that it literally, I felt like a fridge fell on my head and cracked it open a little bit, but left it in there.
Yikes.
And just, oh my gosh, like such a bad headache, and my stomach hurt a little, so I just ate a lot of crackers and was in bed.
And who took care of you? Who took care of you?
You did. Mm-hmm. You put the crackers in the bowl.
I put the crackers in the bowl. I learned from the best. So that is why there was the delay, but
I could not put headphones. I could not talk for multiple hours, but
hopefully you guys understand. We are here and we are all well, and we are ready to talk about this final episode. There is no more after this.
There's no more for this season.
For season 15, this is it.
But we will be covering season 16. Let's just put it out there.
What's up, Nash Vegas? Hello, Music City. I can't wait. I'm excited about a city that I've been to because I've never been to San Diego.
Oh,
I know you. I love San Diego.
I do, because you know how many beautiful seals? So many.
Did we see some seals this episode, or were those sea lions?
Sea lions.
Sea lions.
I'll show you the difference. Sea lions, they have tiny ears.
I feel like sea lions, the name comes from seals lion, because you think they're seals and then you're like, are they? Oh, you're lying. You're not a seal at all. You're a sea lion, and you guys are a bunch of scammers because you're not as cute.
Their heads are a little skinnier and bigger eyes, and they have like tiny ears.
They sure do.
Remember we went to the New York Aquarium years ago, and so we saw the seals just like swimming around, and then we went to that show, and that was the big animal that was just like singing too.
Oh, we should post that on Patreon.
Yeah, it was singing. What was he singing to? Oh, the Spanish song I love.
Despacito?
Despacito, yes. And that was a big-ass sea lion.
It was very aggressive.
He was like,
I was going to do the voice, but I was like, too early in the pod to lose my voice. But yeah, we should totally post that to the Patreon. That's a hilarious video. I hope we still have that.
I have that.
But yeah, in Nashville, I feel like we've probably mentioned it in passing. We went on our mini moon.
Yes.
The day after we got married, we shot over to Nashville.
Yeah, because we had bigger plans, but thank you, COVID-19, for ruining them. But yeah, I loved it. Like, I loved the mini moon. It was just easier to fly to a U.S. city than our plans for Europe right after a wedding.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't even before. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought we had the plans and then COVID ruined it. No, we always planned on going to Nashville.
Yeah, but it was like 2 months after or 3 months after the wedding.
We were going to go to. We went to Nashville right after the wedding. We're going to go to Europe a few months later. You're right.
Yeah. It was also because my parents came over and I already took 2 weeks off for the wedding and to be with my parents. So I don't think my work would appreciate if I took another week off.
No.
So.
But all that to say, we've now been to Nashville twice, right?
Yes. And we went last Christmas.
Oh, we sure did.
Oh, that was fun.
Shout out to Nudies. And we'll drop all of our Nashville references during that season. But I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, we'll wrap this season up.
I was just going to say for you guys on the Patreon, you saw the photo shoot from Nashville.
Speaking of the Patreon, guys, get on the Patreon. Okay, a lot is happening on the Patreon. It's the holidays. We love the holidays over here. And so we're trying to just give you that bonus content. We're trying to make it a festive place over there. So we did the Halloween bonus. We're about to drop our Thanksgiving bonus. Then there's going to be, and we have to decide, we have to talk to management. Is there going to be a holiday / Christmas / Hanukkah bonus, or is it going to be a New Year's bonus? We got to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. When John said talk to the management, it's the two of us.
We got to talk to each other off the mics. But we'll figure that out. There is the single life being covered. And then there's just things up there from the past, random things. We did Love is Blind After the Altar. That was a 3-episode special. We did, for our family affair tier, we did Real Girlfriends in Paris. We did The Real Love Boat.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of things happening. We're about to drop our next bonus for the family affair level very soon.
Yes.
So patreon.com/married to reality.
Absolutely, guys. Come over, chat with us, listen. We post some photos here and
Some
there.
exclusive things, as you guys heard. We try to keep that for our Patreon friends because, they're giving us a little something, so we want to give them a little something.
Yeah, and we try to loop you in on our specials. So right now we're doing a Thanksgiving special.
Yes.
Asking for a friend. So...
Asking for a friend.
It's like asking for help from our friends to share some stories.
Oh, you didn't complete that thought.
Asking for a friend.
That's all you said, though. You said we're doing a Thanksgiving special, asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend to share. But hey, guys, it's on the Patreon.
I'm so confused what you're saying.
What?
Complete your thought.
Okay, guys. We are on the Patreon, as John said.
Yeah.
Gonna do a Thanksgiving special.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend, aka we want to hear from you guys.
What do you think asking for a friend means?
Like someone who's our friend to share, to help us out, to share their thoughts.
But you're not saying that part. You're just
What
saying.
do you mean I'm saying?
You're just saying we're on the Patreon asking for a friend.
No. I said we're on the Patreon doing a Thanksgiving special, asking for a friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you don't get it?
Yeah, it's not very clear. Asking for a friend what?
I said it. Asking for a friend to share their stories with us.
Asking
for a
our
friend.
friends.
No.
You're asking our friends.
Asking for a friend is a saying. It's American language. Gee.
I know. That's why I'm trying to help you get there. It's not working.
You use asking for a friend in a sentence.
Am I really asking for a friend, or am I trying to do like the wink, wink, asking for a friend?
Wink, wink.
Okay, so the saying would be, I would go up to a girl if I wasn't married, and I would say, "Hey, are you single? Asking for a friend. Are you
What?
single?" That's how you do it.
No.
That's how you do it.
What?
Yours
You're
is very,
using it wrong.
yours is very confusing because
okay,
we're
okay.
actually asking our friends on Patreon to share stories with us about funny things that have happened over
Well,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, but I'm using it as a funny phrase. Okay, let me use it
No,
in a
you're
sentence.
using it as a confusing phrase.
No, let me use it in a sentence, right? Talking to people I know.
Yeah.
So I don't use the word friends, right? Talking to people I know, saying, "Hey guys, I want to make this special cocktail tonight when you're coming over, but I don't have time to shop all the ingredients. Asking for a friend."
Doesn't make any sense. You're using it wrong, and I'll have to.
And this time those people would be like, "Oh sure, let me stop by the supermarket." And I'll be like, "Thank you."
Nope. You're not using it correctly.
What?
Asking
I've
for a
been
friend.
using it like this the whole time.
This is why we have no friends. I think we've reached that conclusion. Asking for a friend is I'm asking for myself, but with a wink. That's all there is to it. You're not
asking
actually.
for myself so they can pick up the ingredients.
That's I'm asking my friend to do something for me. Asking for a friend is I'm basically asking for myself, but wink, wink.
Yeah.
Right. You're not really asking for a friend. You're really asking for yourself, but
I'm always asking for a friend.
to help you.
Yeah.
But that's not the saying. We've wasted way too many minutes on this. Can we please move on?
Okay.
All right. Now, asking for ourselves, we would love if you joined our Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. You guys can message us there. You guys can share your thoughts on all sorts of things, on the shows we cover, on Theresa's misunderstanding of the English language. Feel free to just message us, share your thoughts. Also, we share memes. We got back into that meme game.
Yeah.
Pretty successfully, if I do say so myself. So get on that Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, guys, follow the podcast. It's important because once you follow the podcast, you don't have to think about anything. Everything we do is come right to you. Everything on the free feed, I should say, is going to come right to your device as soon as we drop it. It's so easy to follow the podcast. All you do is look down and smash the follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Newton's and Luna's friendship.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty hot.
Because that was beautiful.
Beautiful. That's how two dogs get along.
I was going to say, how did they do it?
Asking for a friend.
I would say that.
And Luna got one.
Okay, well, I'm confused now. Is this how you would use it?
No.
I would be like, oh, Luna needs a friend, asking for a friend.
That's the literal usage of it. There's no wink to that at all. I don't ever want to have this conversation again. I'm asking you if we could never have this conversation, asking for me to never have this conversation again.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Last but not least, please, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love the love. So drop us a review. You can rate, you can review. And if you give a 5-star review and write something, we'll read it on the 90-day podcast, on the Monday night podcast, on the main podcast, so all our friends can hear it.
Yes.
So please, thank you in advance if you're going to leave one, and thank you if you already have left one.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend to leave a review.
Am I right? That's a good usage.
No, that's the literal usage. That's the literal usage.
I don't understand this. Moving on.
Clearly.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. Should we talk about this reunion?
Let's do this. I think it's 5 months later. At least that's what was said at the beginning.
So let me clarify this because I made note of this because it's a little strange to me. It's 5 months since Decision Day. It's 2 weeks since the reunion.
No.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because, so they say, 5 months since Decision Day, right? Then in the middle of the episode, they show a flashback to the reunion, and it was like 2 weeks ago, and they show the reunion.
Oh.
Which makes sense. I mean, Kristen said she was off getting a new job at the reunion, and 5 months later, she still hasn't gone. No, so 2 weeks later makes sense. She's been packing up her things, and she's ready to go.
Okay.
So it's been 2 weeks since the reunion.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, what are we doing? Nothing's transpired in those 2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's like you get the flu and you kill 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Hopefully not. Knock it.
Not good. All right. Let's start with Miguel and Lindy, though. That's who we pick up this reunion. Is this called the reunion? This is the reunion?
This is the
Okay.
No, it's called Where Are They Now?
Oh, okay.
Where are they now?
Oh. All right. Miguel and Lindy. Here's where they are now. Retaking wedding photos at the beach.
I like the idea because they said they're wearing the same outfits. You know, the one photo with the waves splashing behind them, that was really cool. But you know why I like it? Because they say we want to do it when we know each other and we know we love each other.
So, all right, here's my feelings about this. You're saying you're into it? You like it?
I would never retake ours because we did it. We loved each other.
I'm not asking
but
about
I
us.
do like this.
Okay. I like it too.
No.
But I don't like it at this period of time. This is what? This is
5
months
after
since
Decision Day.
Decision Day was 2 months after the wedding. So 5, 6, 7. 7 months after the original date.
Wait, what's your math?
I'm going to go through it because I nailed that math. The experience was 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Plus 5 after the date. 7 months, right?
Okay.
I'd be into it if you waited a year.
Okay.
Wait a year. A year after that MAF's wedding, you do a recommitment ceremony or you renew your vows and take your photos then. But to just randomly take them 7 months after the initial wedding, it's like, make it a little more special.
I get that. So yes, they could have, but I don't mind this. I thought she looked very like natural and comfortable. He did too. And it's like, I can only imagine that when you now know the person and you guys love each other and you see the future, the photos look a little different. Like you feel more comfortable.
Well, you remember when they were going through the wedding album?
Yeah.
And Lindy was like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, this was so awkward. I was so uncomfortable here, right? I'm glad that talk didn't come up. But I just think they could have made this a little more ceremonial. They could have done it on the day, a year later. It would have been special. But I'm with you. It's nice to have the actual photos of when you feel comfortable with the person.
Let me say this. I gave Lindy a lot of shit over maths over the 2 months period. It was because she was acting like a child here and there, right? But it almost feels like the way they are now and the way they communicate and the way they just look together and act together, I love it. Like she looks very happy. And she seemed to mature. And then he also seemed to be cooler. Like he seemed to be more laid back, not as tense as he was during the actual shooting.
I agree.
So I feel like the camera's leaving. It's much better for them.
I agree. I think the camera's leaving is better for them. They do feel like a real couple. There does seem to be love there. It's definitely the one couple that has the least issues.
Yeah, for sure.
No question. And that's not really that different from the season either. Even when they had their issues, they still have the least amount of issues.
You know what it is? Because they can talk. And it's like so important. Like everyone has issues. But to be able to talk through your issues instead of just getting pissed, yelling, walking away.
You know what else they have? They have one partner that will never leave. Lindy will not divorce. Whether it's the religious aspect or just her own moral beliefs, she said, oh, I don't do divorce. So having one partner who is going to say, I'm here through the good, the bad, and the ugly, there gives a stability to the relationship. When you look at Stasha and Nate, there's two people that might throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Here it's Miguel, right? And so he's got the confidence of, well, she's not going anywhere. And has no decision to make because she's not going anywhere. So I think that helps too in its own weird way.
For sure. That's how I feel too. If you left me, I would just follow you.
All right, let's talk about house buying because they sit down after they take their photos and they bring up the idea of getting their own home.
Yes, which makes sense because Lindy was saying, well, I want to have a house first, like space for us to raise a family before thinking about it. And I love it because I feel like so many people don't think this step through.
Yeah.
And again, if kids happen, they happen. If you are in a relationship in a studio apartment and you're in love, that's perfectly fine. You can figure it out as you go, right?
I don't think they're in a studio. They're not in a studio apartment though.
No, but they're in one bedroom.
Okay.
And think about having a kid.
But you have 9 months at least.
Yes, I don't think when someone's pregnant, they're really up to moving a house.
No, that's a fair point too. But some would say it's a little preemptive to buy a house in hopes that you have a kid, in hopes that you get pregnant.
Well, they want to get a bigger space. I feel like a lot of couple eventually want to buy a house or an apartment or to have something on their own.
Well, I would say it's good for them to have something that they share because right now they each have their own place, right? She lives in Miguel's apartment. Oh, fine. What I mean is it's his place. She moved into it. So maybe they want a place of their own.
But what I liked about this is that he allowed her to make it hers. He allowed her to decorate it. And I feel like
that's right, Stasha.
That's what we did too. Like I moved into John's apartment, but I helped him pick it like a year prior.
You picked it
with you.
With
we were already
me,
dating.
And then I lived there for a year before you moved in. Yeah.
Yeah, but you also you moved your stuff aside. I bought some furniture for myself. We decorated it with all the photo wall, the picture walls, and all that.
It helps that we have similar taste.
Yeah.
It would be such a different discussion if you're like, I want to bring in leopard prints and shimmery rugs. Like,
what's a shimmery rug?
Like the rug Yara wants, that white spark. Like it looks like someone spilled glitter, right? It looks like someone at a New Year's Eve party and didn't clean up. But that would be so. We're just very lucky, and we're not lucky, I guess. We chose each other based on certain criteria, right? So the fact that we both like going to live music, they both the fact that we both like to travel. It's not luck. We settle down with each other because we check each other's boxes in those areas.
Yeah, and also like we were open to exploring new things with each other. As we talked about before, I turned John onto hiking. He turned me onto.
I mean, I did quite a number of hikes before I met you.
Not like what we go
Not
on
national
hiking.
parks.
We go on hiking vacations that we just
Sure.
literally hike.
Sure.
But yeah, so I understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that Miguel allowed her to just make it comfortable for her to bring her stuff in, I think that's so important because otherwise she would never feel at home.
Definitely. So, okay, speaking of homes, they go and look at one. Thoughts on this home? They needed, whoever this homeowner was or whoever is in charge of this home and staging it and showing it, paint the periwinkle wall before you list it. That is a turnoff and a half.
What wall?
You walked in, the entire first floor of the home was periwinkle.
What's periwinkle?
I thought you were good with color. Periwinkle is like a light purple, like a purpley blue.
Oh, no.
It was it's such a divisive color.
Yeah, no.
You should when you are selling a home, here's just a piece of advice, okay? Because I know something about real estate. You got to make the home so that a potential buyer can see themselves in it. So you remove family photos, you take down any polarizing artwork or remove any polarizing furniture. You want someone to walk in there and feel like they just walked into their home, not they walked into your home.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just saying that periwinkle color, very polarizing. And that's just a note. That's a note to the seller right there.
Okay, but overall the house looked good. There was a game room. Good for Miguel and Lindy because they love games.
They love games. Good. I can see some. I can see some Magic the Gatherings.
There was a wall, perfect for the photos they just took.
Oh, perfect wall. Yeah. So Lindy's overall excited about this place. She's already decorating it in her mind. Miguel, not so excited.
Because he's like, well, it comes with responsibilities. Like, who's gonna clean the jacuzzi, dude? Be happy that you have a jacuzzi.
I know.
Jesus.
I know. I don't know if the maintenance that goes into a jacuzzi, but it is.
It's
work.
not that crazy. My parents
No?
have a jacuzzi.
Yeah, they have an inflatable jacuzzi. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it's still like, they remove the water.
I know.
And my dad cleans it.
How
You've
often?
been in the jacuzzi.
I sure have. How often do they have to do that, though?
I think they do it like every 2 weeks.
See, that's kind of.
It's not.
I mean, it's not. Listen.
Think about it. You go on a vacation. Oh, there is a jacuzzi in your room. Use it for a week or so. And it's just you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I hope people clean it.
Yeah. No, it's worth it. It'd be nice to have.
Yeah. Like imagine if you have it just for yourself and your partner, like me, we would probably cleaning every 2 weeks. Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
I think I would say clean it when you clean your bed sheets. That'd be my schedule.
So then we have to clean it like once or twice a week?
Once a week, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you don't go in it every day like you go in your bed. I just think Miguel wasn't as excited about moving as Lindy was, just overall.
Well, he's just thinking on the financial side. Like, is
Sure.
he ready for this? And I guess Lindy, I don't know what her work situation is. So
Has it changed? Right? Wasn't she the one who was like, I hope you don't get upset that I just work
Yeah.
once in a while? I wonder if that's changed.
I don't
at all,
know. They
'cause it
did not discuss.
hasn't come up. But all right, that's Lindy and Miguel.
Yeah.
We'll see if they move into a new place anytime soon.
All right. Let's look at the besties that happened on the show. They found each other.
I like this.
Me
yeah.
too.
They ended
Me
up with
too.
each other, not with men.
Yeah.
They have each other.
We are talking about Alexis and Kristen.
Yes.
They're hanging out, doing lunch, drinking.
Shout out to Alexis's wine flight. Did you notice she had Teresa is very into flights now.
Yeah.
Every day
because-
Teresa's like, you think we should go flying this weekend?
Because, okay, so we don't drink and drive, and you guys shouldn't either. But I have my limit. I can have 2 light beers, right? Or 1 light beer. Usually that's my limit.
You can have 2.
Yeah. But then I'm always like, I'm so limited. What can I drink? And if there's so many options, like we love craft beers. So then I'm like, wait, I can fly. And then the bartender was telling me,
You
he's
can
like,
fly and drive.
he was like, our flight are barely 2 beers. And I'm like,
It's
holy shit.
4, I don't know if it's 4 2-ounces or what
Yeah.
it is. But because we went to a craft brewery.
Yeah.
And you wanted to try their sours.
Yeah.
Teresa, big fan of the sours over there. So she said, you have 2 sours. What should I get? And then he goes, we actually have 4 sours. And Teresa couldn't decide what to do. And he goes, well, just do a flight. It's only 2 beers worth of beer.
Yeah, like less than 2 beers. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. And so I got to try all their sours.
Sure did.
And now I'm so into it.
Yeah. So she loves the flights. Alexis was doing a wine flight. Kristen's inbox. All right. They start talking about the DMs, the old sliding into the DMs.
Yes.
Her inbox is filling up. Kristen's inbox is filling up. And they read some. Messages. Kristen's first one that she reads from a guy who says, I just want to say I feel very bad for you. I think you got the short end of the straw and not a plastic one.
That's pretty good.
All right. I see what you're doing there.
That's pretty good.
Sir. And then another one. Saw you on Maths and wanted to let you know you're beautiful and you deserve much better than that Mitch guy.
Nice.
All right. So she's...
Of course. And
of
it's
course,
like...
everyone.
Yes. And I
is
feel
gonna
like
get it.
people who didn't make assholes out of themselves, like
Chris
or Lindy, right? People who...
What do you mean Lindy?
Lindsay from Boston.
Or Alyssa.
Yeah, so like people like Kristen, she tried her best. She was really trying. She could express herself. She's not holding any grudges. She's just, you know what? It was a great experience. I'm sure she's getting a lot of DMs because she looked like a normal person, just wanted to find love. She didn't. So yes, I can imagine the DMs.
Yeah. Alexis got a couple as well. You are beautiful and I appreciate you being yourself. All right. Pretty straightforward. And another, hi, Angel. Sorry to bother you. I'm a God-gifted psychic advisor and love specialist, and I'd love to read you. And Kristen was like, oh, well, that one sounds, how can you not follow that up?
That's so creepy. I would block it.
Creepy. I'm only imagining the ones that they couldn't read. The photos that they couldn't show.
That's probably
on TV.
true. Yeah.
Those they have to sift through the PG ones.
Yeah. Well, and then they kind of discuss their old husbands. So Kristen hasn't spoken to Mitch since the reunion. And I was like, damn, that's a long time. But then we found out it's only 2 weeks. So, okay.
Yeah.
Alexis did talk to Justin. And help me here. Did she say that he called her because he wanted help to kind of talk about get his emotions under control?
I think he, in a way, yes. I think he calls her for advice. Now, I don't know if that's advice with his emotions or if it's dating advice or what kind of advice, but he calls for advice and then he also thanked her for helping him regulate his emotions.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, like you see this or you hear this and you go, oh, seems like things are good. Things are cordial.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
And then we learned the exciting news that Kristen got a promotion.
Hello.
Moving to New York City.
Hello.
We love New York City. You guys know we live there. Dating in New York City is very tricky. Let's just put it out there.
Well, here's what I like. Kristen says, oh, I don't know if it matters what city you're in when it comes to dating. It's all about your intention.
I don't agree.
Oh, I completely agree. We are a prime example of it's all about intention.
Okay, so I didn't think about it this way. I thought of it that she says, I don't care where the guy is. Like, I don't care if I'm dating someone in San Francisco and I'm in New York City.
No. She's saying dating isn't necessarily determined by the city you're in. Dating is not affected as much by the city as it is affected by the daters in that city.
True, but New York City, I'll tell you this, is very tricky. There are a lot of, I might get shit for this, but I stand by this opinion. There are a lot of women who want to settle down and find someone. Yeah. But New York is full of like very strongly opinionated people who love their nightlives, who love their friends, who love their brunches, right? It's hard to find someone that you match with and it works. It's fun. It's good. You go on a few dates. You're like, oh, it's a cool person. And then they say something. You're like, ah.
Well,
but you also think about it this way. You're not in South Dakota when you have 5 people on Tinder.
That's the point.
You are in this big pool. So the second the person says or does something that you're like, that's not cool, you move on because you see all the other options.
That's exactly it. And why New York can be a great scene for dating, because there is so much diversity. It is such a melting pot that if you go on 20 dates and you still don't find Mr. or Mrs. Right, well, then you can go on another 1,000.
Yeah.
Because there are millions and millions of people. But it comes down to intention, which is why you and I could meet on Tinder and get married.
Yeah.
Because our intention wasn't, let's just find a one-night stand, which is a lot of people's intentions on Tinder. We just happened to be using Tinder. I was using other apps as well. But my intention was to find a relationship.
Yeah, and same. I don't know what I was looking for. I was more looking for, I got to the point that I got my visa extended and I knew I'm going to be in the States for at least 3 more years. And I realized that I'm alone. I had some friends, right? But they had their own lives outside of me.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, as much as I enjoyed being alone, sometimes I wished I wasn't. And that's what I got on Tinder. And I had a few really bad dates before John that I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Yeah,
But
well, we don't have to go into
here
that.
we are. But yes, dating in New York can be good if you meet the right people, but it can take time.
Yes. Okay. So she's moving to New York, which means she needs to have a going away party / birthday party.
And let's invite everyone, even Justin, which I honestly thought that was nice of her. Alexis is not fully on board, but Christine was like, imagine if we don't invite him.
So this is straight out of the Love is Blind After the Altar playbook.
Oh my gosh.
This is exactly what happened on that reunion, on that follow-up. It was, we're all going to go to a house and have a birthday party.
Yep.
And everyone's going to get together. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
one last hurrah before Kristen moves to the Big Apple.
Yes. And she said, let's just invite everyone. Let's close this chapter on a good note after the reunion.
And the producers are making me invite everyone. So let's just do that.
So, all right. Let's look at what our girl Stasha's up to. You ready to look at Stasha and her home and a new fridge that actually fills the space?
And new hair, who dis?
Yeah, I don't love it.
I don't actually recall what it looked like.
She just had dark straight hair prior.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I don't think I would know it was different unless she called it out.
I knew.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Women. Her mom comes over and she tells her mom, oh, I got new hair. You know what that means?
Yes. And so apparently she asked Nate for a separation or a divorce. And here I'm like, thanks, Mom, for being reasonable, because Mom is like, so which one? You want to end it, aka divorce, or you want to work on it, aka separation? And Stasha doesn't know.
So the reason for this, nothing has changed, right? And nothing has changed, which is the reason for it, is that Stasha wants Nate to just move at a faster pace, wants Nate to be on her speed.
But thanks to Mom, again, she says, you're moving faster than other people. He's not there. Like, what do you want? Do you want to just kill this relationship or find a way? Like, you guys are married now. You don't need to be moving 150 miles an hour. You are married. You found your person.
Yes.
You can slow down a little and just get on each other's lanes.
And isn't that so unfair that she's asking for a separation, maybe a divorce, because he's not fast enough? Why doesn't she slow down? To your point, get on each other's speed, get in each other's lane. But there's 2 people in this relationship.
Yeah.
So why does he have to speed up? Why can't you slow down? Why can't you slow down a little? Maybe he speeds up a little and then you meet each other.
Saying. Meet in the middle. That's literally what you have to do in a relationship, because you're 2 different people coming together. You compromise, you communicate, and you copulate.
Hello, 3 C's.
3 C's, but you have to meet in the middle. No one just meets and is on the same page with everything. That would be impossible. That's like banging your twin.
Oh, hello. They haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, which means they haven't seen each other since the reunion.
Which is crazy. They were fine at the reunion.
So
they went home and they were like, hey, like, goodbye.
Or maybe they hadn't seen each other for a week before the reunion, and the only reason they saw each other was the reunion. Who knows? But they're talking. Things don't seem great. And then Mother Stacy goes, what if I told you that Nate called me?
And he sure did. He called her. He said he loves Stasha, and he feels hopeless.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
And then Stasha's tune kind of just changes immediately. Now it's like, oh, well, I don't want to be divorced. It's not what I want. All it took was to hear that Nate put a little effort in and reached out and called mom. And now she's like, oh, well, all right, we can fix things.
So here's the thing. She goes like, I don't want to be divorced, but I don't want to be alone in a marriage either.
Mm-hmm.
You're not alone. You're in a marriage with someone else who's just not speeding as fast as you are. Doesn't mean he's not there.
Yeah. I mean, at some point you do have to pull the chute and get out, because now we're not talking about weeks, we're talking about months. It's been 5, 6, 7 going on 8 months of a relationship. So you should be in the love arena probably at this point. And so if Nate's not, well, then maybe there is cause for concern.
But he is. He said at the reunion he loves her. He's fully in. It's just, I don't know what she's asking for then. She asking for kids like right now? What is she asking for?
No,
I don't know.
Nate says it later on and we'll get to it, but she doesn't have self-confidence. It's something I brought up.
I've said it too.
We've both said it for many episodes. She's very self-conscious. She doesn't have the confidence, which is surprising because she has everything. She should be very confident.
She is very confident when it comes to her work and her business, but she's not confident when it comes to her private life.
Right. So she needs constant validation and constant reassurance, and Nate's not going to do that. And so even if he gives her the validation once a week, that's not enough.
Can they hire us as the experts on maths?
Well, just listen to the podcast.
All right. Let's talk about the unlikely friends and divorcees.
Mitch
and Justin. Why are they friends? I think Mitch is friends with everyone, but
and Maya.
I was just gonna say I'm glad to see Maya. Maya the dog.
Maya the dog is back. They're doing a little trash pickup at the park.
Classic Mitch.
And we learned Mitch moved in with his friend
to save money.
So okay, you got to do what you got to do. I'm glad he didn't just want to marry Kristen to have a place to live, because he could have gone that way.
True.
Other guys would have gone that way of, well, it's either living with a roommate I can bang or just living with a roommate.
True.
Who I can't.
Maybe the friend saw his house on my episode, was like, oh my fucking God, you cannot live in this shit. Just move in with me. Like,
no, why would
money.
No. If he saw the house, or who knows if this roommate's a guy or a girl, but if this roommate saw the house, the condition that Mitch lived in, he would not have a place to live. Imagine seeing Mitch's place. You would never invite him to come live with you. You know your place would turn into that.
True. No. Okay.
He got lucky. He found a place.
True. But yeah, he's trying to save money. Still picking up trash. I mean, good for the planet. Yeah.
It's good for the planet. And they start talking about Alexis. And Justin is bitter because he feels like she told the world that Justin couldn't get it up.
Justin is the biggest phony on this show.
He's dealing with a lot. I don't know what he's dealing with, but this is clearly someone who is struggling with his feelings, his emotions, his thoughts, and he's just lashing out and projecting on everyone around him.
Yeah, and he's not sincere. He's a big, tall liar.
Yes.
I didn't say big, fat liar because he's not.
A big, skinny, tall liar. Yeah. And he brings up, oh, I'm sorry you had to see me the way I was at the reunion, but Nate made a pass at me, and so I had to bring it up.
Like, this is so dumb, dude. No one, I can't see anyone making a pass at you.
But I'm glad Mitch kind of pushed back and said, "You really think that?
Yeah.
You really think Nate made a pass at you?" And Justin goes, "Well, I feel like he did." And Mitch again follows up. Well, it seems like it's more you're talking about how you felt versus what he actually did. And Justin kind of concedes and is like, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, okay, whatever.
I mean, maybe he did want Nate to make a pass at him. And
maybe, right. You see what you want to see.
Yeah.
People see what they want to see. And so I'm not going to sit here and say that was the case. I don't know. But I do trust Nate more than I trust Justin for some reason.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, maybe Nate said, hey, dude, like your skin looks really nice. Like, well, what products are you using?
Right.
And Justin was like, oh my gosh, he's hitting on me. Like, there could have been And that's pretty much what Nate said, or Justin
he
said.
complimented
It's like,
his skin and whatever.
So, all right, that's cool. That's fine. I mean, I feel like there is nothing wrong. I would comment on my girlfriend something. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you look so pretty. Or your hair looks beautiful. I'm not hitting on anyone.
Again, I think it goes back to the way Justin was raised. And he may have been raised, I don't know, just outside looking in, he may have been raised in an environment that said, oh, if another man talks to you like that, he must be gay. Like he may have not been raised in an environment that was so open to expressing one's feelings or showing one's emotions. And so when a guy says that to him, he goes, oh, well, he must be gay. There's no other explanation.
Yes, could be. But if you think about it, Nate was raised by a military man. If anyone should be a little tougher or a little like closed out, I think that would be Nate. On the other hand, Nate's very open and very comfortable with who he is.
Yeah. I'm not saying why things are the way they are, or if it makes sense or not. I'm just saying this is one possibility for the reason he interpreted it the way he did.
Yes, but then they changed the topic. Mitch was like, I have no beef with anyone on the show. I'm excited about Kristen's fiesta.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm nervous about Nate and Justin. We'll get into this.
Yes.
Because of Justin is a moron.
Yes. Then we get some Nate and Kristen time.
We didn't know they were friends, but apparently they are friends.
They're just shuffling everyone around.
Everyone.
You want some orange juice? Like, whoa, what kind of offering? You want some orange juice?
Just give me a beer, gee.
Yeah, some orange juice and tea. Because Kristen brings up how she was talking to Stasha, and there's some concern and wants to know what's going on, what really happened, why are you guys separated? Nate is like, well, I'm still wearing the ring. She's wearing hers. We just hit a rough patch and got into a disagreement over communication.
Yeah, and I'm glad that at least like they both see it, or at least he sees it. He's not saying like, well, she's this and that way. Like, I don't like it. He's like, well, we both have issues. Like, we don't communicate well. And he feels like he lost his wife, which is very sad. But Kristen, because DP and PC are not existing, Kristen is like, you know what, you gotta go, right? You gotta see her. You gotta see her, man. You gotta see her.
Turn that romance on. Here's the thing. He's at his place.
Yeah.
He left. They were living at her place.
No, they were doing half and half.
Oh, they were, weren't they? Okay,
They were.
I was going to say, because that seems like he removed himself from the situation.
And that's exactly what you were saying on the last episode on the reunion, that if they have any issues, one of them can just leave.
Exactly.
So I assume they were at Stasha's house and he packed up and left, or at his house and she left.
No, she said she wanted the separation.
Yeah,
because
so
Nate
maybe
wasn't.
he left, yeah.
No, so maybe she
left. Okay. But yes, they have the option to leave.
Which is too easy.
Yeah.
You're not forced, and I use that word loosely, but you're not forced to work it out. You have such an easy out, and it seems that they took it. But let's talk about them, because that's who we see next is Nate and Stasha together.
Yes.
He goes over there for some activities.
Yeah, he doesn't have a car. I feel you need a car in California. He Ubered in.
Oh, did he? Well,
Yeah.
maybe because he knew they'd be drinking.
Maybe. Okay, smart.
He's being smart. He wants
But
to
you
have
could
more than
also
just a flight. He wants to really get after it.
But you can also stay the night at your wife's house.
Well, they don't know if they're on those
All
terms.
right. So he said, I brought a surprise.
Yes.
He went to my favorite art store.
And I was going to say, I love how they turned the Blick bag inside out to try to obscure the logo.
Yeah.
It's like we all could see it was Dick Blick's. We all know.
I love the art store. I
It's
used to spend a lot of money
It's a
there.
beautiful art store. But yeah, I'm like, cool. You turn the bag inside out. Everyone can still.
Yeah.
I wonder what the rule is on that legally. It's like you just have to make a fair, like a legit effort to hide the logo.
Oh.
If we can, I'm just wondering.
Oh, okay.
Like if we can still see it, then it should be an issue. Like you should have to block it, but I could clearly see the logo.
Yeah, but he's not promoting Blick. He just says, oh, let's do something we talked about before. Let's do paint date.
A wine and paint night.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised Stasha allowed in that house.
Oh my gosh, that's all I was thinking about, especially the way Nate was painting.
He was
which
like,
I would love it, but
Well, we painted in New York. We did like a similar event.
Yeah.
We went to the roof of our building and we painted because paint has a way of getting all over the place.
true. And then when we're leaving New York, we got really drunk the night
boy.
before. Not the smartest idea when you're moving the next day. We always do it. It's our thing. And then we
You got to
grabbed...
finish all the booze in your place.
Exactly. And then we grabbed those paintings. We ran over to Madonna's house, which was like 3 blocks down. And we left it outside of her house.
We rang the door, but we knew for some reason her address was like on the internet.
Yeah, everyone knows where Madonna lives, so just be honest.
On the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we took our paintings, we ran to her apartment.
To her house? What are you talking about?
It's true. Well, it's
she bought half of the block.
It's a townhouse, but yeah,
it's a
she owns the entire thing.
huge townhouse.
And
huge.
It's gated, and we put the paint on the outside of the gate, and we rang the doorbell.
And then we ran.
And we ran, but we like stayed at the end to see if anyone came and got it. No one did. Then we tried to go to the bar that we met at for our very first date.
Oh, that's right. We were already drunk, though.
There was this bar on the Upper East Side. I forget the name now. Well, actually, I know McCowan's.
I have a shirt. You gave me a shirt.
I made you. It's McCowan's.
You made me a shirt. McCowan's, yeah.
But we go there to try to let's have one more beer at the bar we met at our very first night. And we got there and it was out of business. It was closed.
Yeah.
And we said, well,
it's a sign.
It's a sign. It's time for us to move on. It's time for us to leave this city.
It was a cool Irish bar. Have you been there before you met me there? I've been there once before.
Oh, how dare you?
Well, it was down the street from my house.
Okay.
But I've been there once before. Or maybe once after.
I think you went after to watch. I don't know if you were watching the election, but you were with.
Yeah, with my friend Anna. Yeah, so I guess after. You're right, because I was telling her about the date after.
Okay. All right. So anyway, they do the paint night. Nobody gets paint anywhere, at least that we saw.
But I love both of them. Great paintings.
I liked the Black Sea. I love the
Black Sea. I also love the Healing, the 2 band-aids.
That was nice too.
Yeah, very cool.
So Nate wants to know what's going on. He says, I still want to be in a relationship, but I want to move slow. I don't want to feel pressured. I kind of feel like we're on different pages, and I feel pressure when we talk about the future.
Yes, and they're kind of arguing again. I mean, classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Well, Nate wants to live in the moment and plan less, and Stasha is a big planner.
Which, again, it can work because I feel like I'm a bigger planner. I don't live in like a far future, but I live like 6 months from now. I want to know where we're going. I want to plan vacations, right? You live in the moment.
I live much more in the moment.
But it works because I do all the planning and I just loop John in and just like, what do you think? Are you cool going here on a vacation in 3 months? And you're like, sure, let's plan it quickly. And then I shut up about it. I do my research on the side, loop him in as it gets closer.
Yeah, I never get that upset. The only time I get bothered is sometimes you'll leapfrog.
What does it mean?
So say we have a trip planned in December, and then you start talking about a trip in March. I'm like, let's just focus on the upcoming trip. Like, I want to live in the moment and I want to appreciate everything as it comes. I don't like to look too far in the future because then I feel like we're not enjoying what we have currently.
And I get your side too. And I do both. It's like I live in the moment. I enjoy what I have. But then when I think about things, I like having things in the future to look forward to. So it's not just like work, right? It's a break. That's how I look at it. It's like me seeing my parents, us seeing your parents. Like I love having these little things in the future that I know we're going to do.
And if we didn't plan, or if you didn't plan, we wouldn't do anything because by the time we got around to it, everything would be booked or tickets would be too expensive. So it's good. I think it works.
You appreciate my planning, but yes, like John is not a planner. I am a planner. But I think when it comes to things like planning kids or a house, like I don't plan that in my head. We'll cross the line when we cross the line together. We'll start talking about it. I think Stasha is more so like far future planner.
Yeah. Yeah. So then it gets a little heated because Stasha brings up how she said Nate only signed up for maths because he wanted a relationship, not a marriage. And Nate breaks the fourth wall. He starts talking right to the camera. He's like, see this? See, like, this is what she says. This is what I have to deal with.
And guess who's helping them to get through this? The producer.
No professional.
It's like DP, PC? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nate tells the camera, I think Stasha's insecure and doesn't feel the love that I have for her. And I'm like, yes, this is it. This is exactly what it comes down to, is her insecurity. The fact that you know this and recognize this means you can do something about it.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yes. And then Nate just adds that he's fighting for the marriage. Let's see. Well, let's see, because we see them next time at Nate's house, happily cooking HelloFresh. Shout out to HelloFresh. We love it.
Except this wasn't a sponsored segment.
No.
They didn't mention HelloFresh. We only know it's HelloFresh because we do it.
We do HelloFresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Also
we
not a sponsor.
recognize the recipes. We're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was kind of waiting for the reveal of like, yup, what a good HelloFresh meal, because Stasha even asks, oh, how is it? And Nate's like, oh, it's so good. And I'm like, this is
It is so good.
I'm like, this is a plug for HelloFresh, but it's not
No.
like, it's not like the James Allen.
No, but we love HelloFresh. I love cooking. And it's like,
Yeah,
they
not a
basically
sponsor.
shop for you, which is awesome.
All right, pay us, HelloFresh.
I know,
Stop
pay
going on.
us.
Stop going on.
This is not a promotion.
Or at least give us HelloFresh for free.
Right?
Because the reason we do HelloFresh is because of this podcast, because we don't have a lot of time to cook and
That's
shop.
very true.
We're going to reach out to HelloFresh.
But yeah, they're cooking. They made a pasta. It's looking good. Well, Nate made a pasta.
Yeah.
It's looking good. They're sitting, chatting, talking about seeing Justin. And I'm glad that Stasha's like, you know what? Like, I'll be there. Just don't get into anything. Keep your
Yeah.
cool. Walk away if it gets crazy. And that's it.
That's it. Speaking of walking away if it gets crazy, let's walk away before it gets crazy. Let's take a quick break. We'll take a little TV timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about Morgan and Ben.
Yeah.
All right? We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa.
How is your life going over there?
It's going pretty good. I'm happy to be talking about this.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of thoughts, and you made me wait to share them, and so I'm glad we're finally doing this. And again, apologies for the delay, but hopefully good things come to those who wait.
Hopefully.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying.
Yeah, so let's get right back into this and talk about a new friendship that happened on the show.
This is wild to me. This could have been the most successful relationship.
Yes. It's a very successful friendship, I would say. Let's talk about Morgan and Ben, for those who don't know. They are at a Mouth High gym.
Yeah, they're at the dojo. Because
What's the dojo?
that's a martial arts gym. Morgan wants Ben to find his inner fighter.
Ben is scared, but he's like kind of joking.
Okay, so I do feel friendship and I feel authenticity here, but the conversation felt forced. Like the
Yeah.
conversation, like it felt so awkward. Ben hitting the bag. It's like, ooh, alpha season. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this is uncomfortable. But they did seem like good friends. And we know there was attraction there from day one. They both said it. And so just the littlest issue caused maybe the demise of a great relationship.
That's very true. We'll never say never, but I think they're on like good terms. I don't think Ben and Justin are friends at all. I think
Really?
Justin ruined it. Like, but with that whole thing, like we don't see Ben and Justin at all. We don't see them talking.
Interesting.
We don't see like
They
there's
were-
no interactions
They were like the best of friends in the beginning.
at the beginning. Yeah, but I think maybe what Justin did, it kind of played into this whole thing.
You
Maybe
might be
Ben
right.
felt betrayed.
You might be right. Huh. Interesting. But either way, it seems like now Ben and Morgan have a friendship.
Yeah, they're
so-
like on the floor wrestling
know.
each other.
I know.
Very sexual. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, but we learned that Ben has a new job. He is a project engineer.
Yeah, good job.
He did something with math before,
Good job.
mathematics. But
Yeah.
yeah, Morgan is going back to Santa Barbara. I think she moved there.
Santa where?
Barbara.
That's like when you write banana and you don't know when to stop. Santa Barbara? Santa Barbara.
Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Barbara?
I guess that's how you, it's all how you say it.
It's Barbara.
Yeah, just the way you're saying it, you're putting the accent on the wrong syllable.
Have you been?
No.
I've
I
been.
wish you could see the way Teresa just looked at me when she said, have you been? It looked like she was going to
Well, I've
take
been.
me to the dojo.
I've been.
Okay. Did
It's
you meet
Santa
the
Barbara.
Did you meet the mayor? Did he teach you how to
No,
say
but
the-
I rollerblade around the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
Say it one more time for good measure.
Santa Barbara.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. She's
Anything
gonna go
else?
back to Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
And that being said, and this is why I guess the Justin friendship is over, because he said he's been hanging out a lot with Nate.
Okay. Yeah, so I
So-
guess Justin, well, yeah. You got to choose sides there.
That's
And-
my
and
point.
he chose
And
Nate.
I think Nate feels a certain way about Justin, and then Ben feels a certain way about Justin, so they became friends.
Yeah. Yeah, good thought.
Yeah. But Ben's going to therapy. Morgan is very proud of him. It's all good. It's all good.
All good. All right. Let's talk about Stasha, Alexis, and Kristen doing a little pole dancing.
Okay. I'm all for pole dancing.
Say it.
All for it. It
Say
one
it.
time became very popular in the Czech Republic. Why are they doing it in the park where kids are watching them?
Yes, that was my first note. I was like, there are kids walking around. I can see them in the background. And it's a little sexual.
It is, and again, a lot of people do it as a workout, which is fine. It's very popular in Czech,
Sure.
or it was. But it is a little on the sexy side, sexy end. So
And I'm pro stripper. I put a couple through college, but I just don't think it
He's
needs.
joking,
I'm
guys.
joking, but I am. Have we been to a strip club together?
no, I've been. I also put one through a community college.
Talking about herself over there. No.
Gee, you would not. I would not be sitting here if I told you I was a stripper. I think you
No, I would not be. And I'm totally fine if you choose that. Not you,
Yeah.
but if someone else does.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I think my jealousy, which there isn't much of, I think my jealousy would take over.
You are jealous because I'm a hot piece of ass.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't need you to be showing that other hot piece of ass to other guys. But this is Alexis's second time pole dancing this season.
That's true.
She did it in the kitchen,
Yes.
and now she's doing it in public.
Yeah, well, I would not do it in public, but they're having fun.
Yes.
They have Sydney, who's Tasha's friends, teaching.
Yes. And this is when we learn about the double date that Kristen and Alexis are going to go on.
And so first I was like, all right, I guess maybe the guys are friends too, because that would make it a little less awkward. They're
Wrong.
two random dudes.
Here's my issue with these two random dudes. Kristen is going on a date with a guy that she matched on a dating app. They matched before the show.
Yes.
They met. So you're telling me they matched 8 months ago,
Yes.
and now you're going on a date with him? So have you been thinking about him this entire time? Have you been talking to him this entire time? Did you really just go back in your app and scroll back?
I think
and
so. Or maybe he did the same. Maybe he saw her on
come
the show.
on,
Yeah.
come on. They've been communicating, or at least she's been thinking.
I don't
about
think so.
Really?
You also went back and
I went
and
back
so-
a week.
Oh, hey, well, some people take their time.
8 months.
Yeah, why
I don't
not?
know. It's a little. To me, it's a little fishy.
I think it's fine because she's also moving to New York. So this date was just,
Yeah, just to get the
Yeah.
rust off, get back out there.
yeah.
Alexis asked her friends if they knew of anyone,
Yeah.
and they know this model. Hello, perfect.
And he's playing the violin.
And he plays the violin. Does it get any hotter than this,
Yeah.
ladies? So that's who they're going to be going out with. And then Stasha goes, all right, well, that's great. You guys have some prospects. Here's what's going on with Nate. We're going to go to therapy and work on our relationship.
Yeah, that hasn't. I feel like you have been doing this.
Well, he's been saying he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And so now once more, we're going to go. It's still
Yeah.
this, we're going to go.
And they're still going to do 2 weeks at his place, 2 weeks at her place, which, again, I don't think that's healthy. But
Well, she at least now thinks the relationship's fixable.
Yeah.
So that at least it's positive. She's optimistic.
yes.
It's fixable.
All right. Let's meet Mitch's brother and sister-in-law at the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
It was very loud.
Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah, nothing happens. Basically, Mitch is telling them about the reunion and about Kristen's fiesta and how
Yeah.
he's ready to date, but he's not really getting any.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's go to the exciting part. The
the
double
double date.
date.
All right, so the ladies show up.
Hello.
Kristen's date arrives for us. His name is Evan. He's a lawyer. He's 42 and he looks like a dad.
Yes. I'm glad you got the stats down. I did not.
Yes, so he looks like a dad, right?
Then Greg shows
oh
up.
yeah, Greg. I didn't get his age, unfortunately, but we know what he does.
The energy difference between Evan and Greg
Oh my gosh.
is hysterical. Evan is so flat. Evan is flat water and Greg is sparkling water. That's the difference at the table. Ladies, would you like flat or sparkling? Kristen got flat. Alexis got sparkling.
Yeah. So Greg is Alexis's type.
Yes.
I mean, he looks cool.
He's got a vibe.
Yeah, the glasses.
He's got a vibe.
But then
Evan does not have a vibe.
Evan doesn't. Evan looks like a dad who drives a minivan.
He looks very safe, very nice.
Very safe, very nice.
If you're a dad, you'd be happy if he came to pick your daughter up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kristen loves that though.
Does she?
I think she loves older men. He's again like Mitch's age, more or less 10 years older.
She felt he was a little too flat. I
Maybe,
think, for her.
yeah. But Greg.
Well, Alexis asks him how important are looks, and Greg's like, I think 75% of it's looks. I mean, he is a model. That's his calling card. So I think 75% is looks.
He needs to be infatuated with her.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I remember it because I couldn't spell it. So I just wrote down unpackaged.
What?
I tried to spell out infatuated.
That's not the right word either. Oh. Take the C out.
So you say it.
Infatuated.
Oh, infatuated. Maybe that's why I couldn't spell it out. My iPad wasn't helping out, so we landed on unpackaged. But I'm glad I remember.
You got it.
So it's just Greg was unpackaged with Alexis. Needs to be, but infatuated.
Well, speaking of package, Evan says it has to be the whole package.
Yeah.
It has to be physical attraction and also good conversation, which was not what was happening.
Greg is just wild. He's like, what? I wish I wrote this down properly.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, they were talking about the future, right? And then Greg is like, yo, it's like, like seeing someone that you're dating like when you're 80, yo. It's like, what, Greg?
His energy was fun.
Oh, he was.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Greg is wild.
Yeah, he was at least entertaining, probably enjoyable to be around.
Yeah.
All Kristen and Evan were talking about were, so how do you feel about single-use plastics?
Ah.
Well, Evan's like, I don't know, I use them a lot.
Yeah, he goes like, what would you do if your if your paper straw melted? He would ask for a plastic one. All right, checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
Killing the environment, but okay.
Yeah. So that was the dates.
Yes.
I don't know if there's any love connections there between.
There is no. I mean, I feel like Alexis and Greg can bang it out.
Yeah, they could have fun.
Like Alex is like, oh my gosh, Greg was so hot.
They could have fun.
Yeah.
So speaking of Alexis, she then meets up with Justin.
In the park.
Alexis wanted to talk. And Justin just starts right in with the whole, you told the world I couldn't get an erection.
Oh my gosh.
But you left out why.
Well, you're telling us now, Justin, but why is he carrying around the water cooler bottle?
I didn't notice.
His water bottle is so big. It's like you grab it from the water cooler you have in the office.
Oh, well, he's big. He's big.
That was a huge fucking water.
They
get
make
it.
those.
Hydration, bitches, but.
Yeah, bitches. They make those. I didn't see this one, so maybe this is exactly what it is.
He was carrying it around this whole time. At the reunion, at the fiesta,
like
at the
big
park.
Blue Poland Spring thing that you turn over and it goes.
Yeah.
And it fills up. They make like handheld versions of that.
Yeah, well, it was a big ass water bottle. But
gotta hydrate, bitches.
Yeah.
But okay. You told the whole world I couldn't get an erection, but you left out why.
And it's like Alexis is trying to chime in and Justin's like, shut up. It's like, what?
But help me understand this. Justin goes, why do you think I couldn't get an erection? Your pH balance was off. What does that mean?
I think maybe her vagina smelled.
Right? Something?
Or maybe it was, I don't want to say that. That's bad. Maybe it was dry.
Okay.
Maybe it was dry because, I don't know.
I want to Google, but I don't want to Google, so I'm not going to Google. And I don't need you guys to call in, but, your pH balance was off, so then I couldn't get an erection? And not to get too personal, but I could see if he said we tried to have sex, it was painful, or I couldn't get it in. But your pH balance, I don't think has any effect over my ability to get an erection. Does it? Teresa's over there typing, and I think we're about to go to health class.
Oh, it says an imbalance in the pH of your vagina can increase the risk of infections, including bacterial vaginosis.
Sure, and that makes sense.
Oh, this could cause symptoms such as unusual white, green, or gray vaginal discharge, pain, itching, or burning.
So
But
maybe,
that would be her issue.
But maybe he saw some discharge and was like, well, now I can't get it up. But yeah, it makes zero sense to me. I'd be ready to go, and then I might be trying it, and I'd be like, oh, well, it's not working. But the erection wouldn't be the issue.
Yeah.
It would be everything after the erection.
That's what he's like.
I don't buy what he's
He's a liar.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, say even Alexis did, which I don't think she did say he couldn't get an erection. I don't think she said that. But say she did.
Mm-hmm. I think she did. But not
No,
these
she said
words.
something, it didn't manifest. Like something didn't manifest, right? Even if she did black and white say, yeah, he couldn't get it hard. It's still not cool for him to shame her back or to try to shame her back and be like, yeah, her pH is off. Like,
Yeah.
that's Muhammad talking about Danielle's smelly vagina.
Yeah.
Right? That's
I don't
bad.
think that's it. I don't think it's
I don't think
smelly vagina,
I don't think it's
but-
that either.
Yeah.
But that's what he was trying to do. Was trying to shame her. And it's like, even if she insulted you, just take it.
Yeah.
And don't try to get back at her on
Yeah, and
national
then
TV.
saying shut up to her when she's trying to speak, right? And he like turns it around. He's like, she's a narcissistic, sad individual.
Yeah.
You are.
No, you are.
You are, Justin. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Like,
And so-
he needs someone to like slap him.
Yeah, and then he just like takes off. He like runs
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
And Alexis calls Kristen. And Kristen's basically like, well, does this mean Justin's not going to come to the party? And Alexis says, well, don't uninvite him. Like, he should still have
Yeah.
an invite and we'll see what happens. And Kristen says, okay, I won't uninvite him. We'll just remind him what we want. We want to end on a high note. That's why
Yeah.
we're here. And we can all have a nice weekend. So that's what they're hoping
Yes. So let's go to the party, to the going away
pre-party.
fiesta. But
The
let's
pre-party.
get the lunch first at the winery.
for. This season brought to you by wine.
Oh my gosh.
Fueled by wine.
Mm-hmm.
America runs on Dunkin'. Married at First Sight runs on wine. Right? Everything was taking place at a vineyard.
It's California.
Everyone was drinking wine. This is at a winery.
I love it. So all the ladies but Stasha. Morgan is telling them that she's traveling to Spain and Greece, living her best life, right?
Yes. And then we'll buy a condo.
She'll buy a condo.
And then she'll buy a condo in San
yeah.
Diego.
And Lindy's sharing about looking at the houses, but she's happy with Miguel. All good, right? And then Alexis kind of brings up the double dates.
Yeah.
And the ladies
Men
are
were
like,
beautiful.
oh my gosh, the double date.
Men were beautiful. Yeah, she had fun. Alexis had fun.
Yeah.
Too soon for anything serious. And then she brings up her meeting with Justin.
And she basically says, classic Justin.
Classic Justin.
Classic
He just
Justin.
lashes out. And so everyone brace themselves for what's going to happen at the party because who knows
Yes.
what energy he's going to come with.
Yes, and we'll talk about it, but that's why I think Justin is so fake. Well, let's just go. Let's go to the party. It seemed like the house was right there. They just walked over.
Let's talk about the house because
It's like a Spanish villa.
this place was not a vibe. This place was grandma chic at best.
Well,
And
it
this-
was a Spanish vibe. It was like a southern vibe.
Okay, I'm not talking about the structure.
Oh.
The architecture, fine, beautiful. The furniture,
Oh.
the decor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was bed and breakfast decor, and you're right, in a Mediterranean in a villa structure.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
No, it wasn't
I'm
for
out
me.
on that.
But I do love old bed and breakfast, but on the East Coast.
I do too, but you gotta decorate the place,
Yeah.
appropriately.
Yeah, no, you're
Right?
right.
It wasn't
So
for me.
they're at the villa. Everyone loves it, right?
Yes.
And so Miguel arrives first.
Hello, Miguel.
Oh, hello, Miguel. Just there with Lindy. And that's where we saw Luna and Newton being besties.
Smash it like it's hot.
Smash like it's as hot as these two friends. Then next, Nate and Stasha. So I was like, oh, that's why Stasha was missing. She
Hey, guys.
came with Nate. And then Ben and Mitch, right?
Yes.
And Luna is so happy to see Mitch. She's so happy.
Yeah, Luna's a baby. Luna's a swell dog.
And last but not least,
Oh boy.
here comes Justin. And this is
boy.
what I say he's a fake phony, right? He comes being kind of friendly, right? But tells to the camera in the interview that they were like, okay, so when you get to the house, what's the vibe? And Justin's like, fake as fuck vibe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fake as you go in there with this attitude, and then later you're gonna do what you did. I don't buy it.
Well, no one. Why was the vibe fake? Everyone was.
I don't know.
Everyone was having a good time.
Well, when he walked in, everyone just kind of like, because he has beef with
But
most
that's
of
not
these
fake.
people. No,
That's not.
that's actually not fake.
Awkward is not fake.
No.
Everyone was having a good time. You walked in, saying hi to someone, or being uncomfortable, being unsure, walking on eggshells. That's not fake.
No, that's actually
You're
the
fake.
opposite of fake. Fake would be like, oh my gosh, Justin.
Oh, so glad you're here.
So good to see you.
Yeah, it wasn't fake. And then Justin just removes himself from the situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't try until very later on to break the tension.
No.
So yeah, I don't think it was fake.
No, it wasn't.
He's coming in with poor energy.
Yes. And so it's time to party. Let's play some bags. Luna does not understand bags.
Luna does not.
No, she was grabbing the bags.
Oh, the dog doesn't understand how to play
No.
bags?
No.
You're surprised. Asking for a friend.
Is this how you use it?
No.
So why do you use it?
I
You're
don't know, 'cause
confusing me.
You know that's how we work. Sometimes you say something and it doesn't make sense, and then it becomes a thing.
So, okay, Luna does not understand bags.
No, and Justin doesn't understand parties. but finally, Mitch goes and sits
Yes.
with him and breaks the tension. And that's the other thing I was thinking. I'm like, you're not enemies with everyone here, Justin.
Oh, most people.
Most people, but you're walking in there like it's you against the world. You do have, and I guess I was thinking he was still friends with Ben at that point. I guess maybe
No.
that ship has sailed. But Mitch is still friendly with him, and so Mitch goes and sits down, and Justin says, I'm being distant because when I met with Alexis, it was dramatic. She brought the drama, so I'm just trying to stay out of it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I'm just going to act like she's not here.
Okay. That bothers me. He's the baby. He's the complainer. Who's
Sure.
the one who has issues? It's like, grow up. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get taller.
Can't get any
but just
taller.
like emotionally.
Yeah, mature.
Yes.
Mature.
And then we see Alexis, Kristen, and Stasha chatting on the side quickly. And Kristen says she wants to chat with Mitch a little, like one-on-one. Alexis, she's just so over Justin, which is good. Please be over him forever.
Yes. And we see Mitch and Kristen have a moment. We see them get together and have a moment. Mitch got her a birthday / going away gift.
Yes. And a card, which I love.
And a
Cards
card.
are very important.
Cards are very important. And Kristen takes the card and goes, can I read this out loud? And then Mitch is like, of course. She starts to read it, Dear Kristen, and then just starts to bawl. She's like, I don't think I can read this. I'm not going to be able to get through it.
I think she read ahead and then...
She must have, because the
Yeah.
opening, so then Mitch ends up reading, and the opening was not emotional. It was like, Dear Kristen, I'm glad we have this opportunity to spend time together
Yeah.
before you ride off into the sunset. But it gets emotional in the back half when he's like, I'll always remember the good times, the teamwork, the challenges we overcame. Please know you inspired me to grow and become a better person. And she got very emotional.
Very emotional. And then the gift.
The gift.
So he got her this... Okay, I'm not good at big cats. I don't know if it was a tiger.
Look at big cats. Okay. I know
It
what
was
the
like
gift
a-
was, so I don't understand where
It
this
was like
is
a
going.
tiger-styled fanny pack, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
a tiger. I think it was the big cat
Leopard?
that... Yeah, with the little spots. Leopard. It was a leopard fanny pack.
It was a
I
fanny
loved it.
pack, yeah.
And then a home goods reminder that she's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Kristen loved it, right? And she has no ill will, no bad feelings towards Mitch.
No.
And it was very sweet. It was nice. There was resolution there.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that they were able to bury any issues they had, and they'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be good.
They'll be good. Then we cut to all the guys playing pool, and Justin is just watching. And Alexis goes up to Justin, says, all right, why don't we go talk? And Alexis says, you're alone this whole time. I want to be the bigger person. I want to talk it out. And so Alexis is like, how you doing? And Justin goes, I'm tired and a little drunk. And I didn't realize
He was drunk.
he was drunk.
Yeah.
Once you didn't see him drinking
like,
throughout the party, but then
no.
once you see his eyes, you're like, oh, he's pretty wasted.
Maybe he had a vodka in that big ass water bottle.
Oh.
But Alexis is like having fun with this. She's like laughing, smiling. Justin looks like he's about to puke.
Yeah.
He doesn't look too happy. He looks pissed almost. And I was like, what is he going to say? But he ended up saying thank you.
Well, she apologizes for anything she said that was hurtful. She's like, I thought I was being tactful. And Justin's like, agree to disagree. And Alexa says, I want you to flourish. Just chill out.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate you. And that's when Justin goes, all right, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. She leaves. He tells the camera, well, I take that apology with a grain of salt. He doesn't really buy it. He does, because he thinks everything is fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that vibe. I think it was authentic.
I think so too.
Which is big of Alexis because Justin tried to call her out on camera.
Multiple times.
And so she was, I think, pretty authentic in that
Yes.
apology. Whether he takes it with a grain of salt or not, he's been inspired by this apology.
Yeah, so I almost feel like he just wants to make himself look better.
Mm-hmm. He wants to be the hero at the end of the season.
Yeah, you're not. You're a moron. But she pulls Nate aside.
Justin pulls Nate aside.
Yeah.
Yeah. He comes back into the room. He grabs Nate and they go sit down. And he's like, I just want to tell you I'm sorry because at the reunion, I should have never insinuated you made a pass at me.
I should have talked to you on the side about it.
I reacted off emotion. I'm working on that. And I respect you. And Nate's like, well, that was fucked up. I never said anything bad about you until that happened. But Nate accepts the apology.
Yes, but he also knows that this is BS, I'm sure.
He
but
knows it
Nate is
doesn't
like, yeah, we're
change.
all humans. We're emotional. This does not make us friends, but I
Right.
accept.
Right. And so then Justin goes back into the group room and he wants to say something.
Yes, and again, people are not buying it. He's apologizing to everyone for everything, but to Alexis.
Yeah, I believe big in accountability. I discovered words are powerful, and I just apologized to Nate. I want you guys all to know I just apologized to Nate, and now I want to apologize to you guys. Yeah, and he goes around one by one and apologizes to everyone except Alexis.
And then Alexis tells the cameras, basically, she's like, that was not sincere. Like,
No.
I can tell.
Yeah, I think
and
we
out of
all-
all the people, I think she's the one who can actually tell because she's lived with him.
Yeah, right. She's probably seen authentic and inauthentic
Yeah.
versions. And so everyone calls it a night. And we see Kristen and Alexis washing up. And Kristen has this moment of, how about that, Mitch? Should I have given him one more chance outside the
Nope.
cameras?
No.
And I'm glad Alexis was like, you can't let just one fanny
Mm-hmm.
pack make you forget about all the bad.
That's very true. I'm
Right.
glad they're friends.
Right. And yeah, I'm glad they're friends too.
And I'm sorry to jump in, but they're questioning Justin's apologies.
Right. And wonders, okay, you know what? He skipped me. He skipped Alexis on this apology tour. Was any of it genuine? And Alexis goes, I've learned he's a manipulative person.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And then we just see them next day. Everyone leaves on
Yeah.
good terms, even Justin. And highlight of the season, Newton and Luna are best friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love some friendship, even in the feline world.
Mm-hmm.
Woof, woof. All right. What a season.
Well, this is the end of the season, guys. This is
We
the
have
end.
finally reached the end of the season. A little
After-
delayed. We didn't,
yes.
we figured you guys didn't want to end the season. That's why we delayed it for you.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why I get a massive headache.
Let you
Just
hold
for you
on
guys.
a little bit longer. But we've reached the end. Thank you for coming on this journey with us as always.
Yes.
It's always sad when a season ends, but it's always exciting because a new one's going to begin.
Very true.
And we're going to Nashville next.
Woohoo!
So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. We'll keep you updated over there. Mm-hmm. Check us out on Patreon if you want more content because the new season doesn't start until January. Patreon.com/Married to Reality.
Absolutely, guys.
Get-
Come over.
Get all that content over there. Thank you again for the reviews. We love. Let us know how we did on this season. Leave us a review. 5-star reviews get read on the main podcast. So thank you in advance for that. Thank you if you've already left a review. And last but not least, follow the podcast. So whenever we drop an episode, it'll come right to your device. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, Smash it like it's as hot as the best friends in the season.
So much hotness.
So much hotness. It was good. We enjoyed it. We loved it. Hope you guys did too. We love talking about the season with you guys. Thanks for all the messages, being there for us. I know no one's listening to this spot, so.
Well, Teresa, I think you've said it all.
I've said it all.
I've said it all too. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.